in our democracy, criticism is allowed, but putting a gag order on a criticism is not allowed. What does this circular do in legal language? This circular is merely sending a legal notice to media houses to please stop criticism on their misgovernance. Now, this circular is also reflective of Mr. Kejriwal's classic opportunism. He used Mr. Anna Hazare. He was not true to his mentor. Media created Mr. Kejriwal rather than being thankful. He's criticizing them and accusing them of finishing them.
This is irrelevant. I'm sorry.
Comment,
this is so irrelevant. It has no bearing on
let
this
me complete.
And this is called bashing Mr. Kejriwal and then he given opportunity not acceptable.
Don't gag me. Aam Aadmi Party is on a self-destructive path under the leadership of Mr. Kejriwal, and this circular and Aam Aadmi Party is on a self-destructive path under the leadership of Mr. Kejriwal, and this circular is a living example of that. I hope he wakes up.
Jaiveer, we've taken your point. We've just got a few minutes left on this debate.
Democracy.
Yeah, Jaiveer, we've got your point. And you know, Dr. Shah, before I come back to you, I'm also going to go across to Professor Chinoy for some closing comments. But you're saying it's not relevant to this debate. Why it is relevant and why nearly everyone on the panel here tonight has actually brought up this issue is because Arvind Kejriwal's relationship with the media has been a very intense one. Everyone has talked about where it began from and what it's come to. Professor Chinoy, can you completely ignore the path that this Arvind Kejriwal media relationship has had over the last 2 years? Professor Chinoy, that was for
I don't think the media has been uniformly against Arvind Kejriwal according to his own understanding for the entire period. I think he is recent events, especially after Jantar Mantar and the Kisan rally, the attack on Kumar Vishwas, criticisms that in the Kisan rally the AAP was somehow criminally involved in the case of abetment to suicide, etc. That is what has got him very upset. And these statements are defamatory, but one can say they are defamatory in print without having to go to court. I think that political people should sort out their differences amongst themselves and with the media in the pretty hallowed democratic traditions that have existed in this country. And if there is a problem, then they can look at the press council. If the press council is not seen as firm enough, that can be, with discussion across the board, modified.
You know, Professor Chinoy, I'm sorry to cut you short there, but you know, the point that you make right now is the most pertinent one. Just, one second, I need to just get closing comments from everyone. But as you said, it's not as if Arvind Kejriwal has had a problem with the media throughout, because clearly the media has not been critical of him throughout, Hartosh. What's happened now and why this directive has gone out to go ahead and file defamation suits is because of late there's been reason to report stuff.
But that's precisely the point. So look, he sees that certain events have been played up by the media. Now there are two ways of handling it. One is handling it through civil society. The other is using the bureaucratic apparatus of the state to do anti-defamation. And we know that that doesn't work. And we also know that it is questionable that whether this is right under the fundamental rights which guarantee the freedom of speech and expression. So I think there should not be seen as a hostility between the media and the government. It is something that can be sorted out if there is goodwill on both sides. And I'm sure even Mr. Kejriwal, who would wonder after a while whether this circular, which Hartosh said is actually not even legal or binding, whether there's any point in doing that to come to a comfortable
the same Mr. Kejriwal who is arguing for the decriminalization of defamation in the Supreme Court because there are suits against him. Now, gentlemen, I am completely out of time, but Jaiveer, because you've had your hand up there for quite a while, I'm going to allow you to make some very quick closing comments, but I am completely out of time. Jaiveer.
I think last comment, Mr. Kejriwal suffers from a classic failed student syndrome. blame the question paper or blame the teacher, but never get into self-introspection.
Why don't you do
I advise
some
them start
psychology
self-introspecting. Don't blame the teacher or the question paper.
Where your leaders have to go for a 55-day sabbatical.
All right, fair enough. Professor Chinoy, we're not going to go into that tonight. Professor Chinoy, you know, we have questioned the Congress and the BJP also on this because there's been incidents in the past where, you know, their party leaders have also either tried to gag the media or certainly criticized the media. And we've brought those points up tonight. But right now it is about Arvind Kejriwal and this circular which has gone out. And this circular is essentially a subliminal threat. The question that we're asking is, can Arvind Kejriwal have one rule for himself and completely different set of rules for the media? Thank you all very much for joining me on the debate tonight.